The alien fleet approached Earth with an imposing silence, its dark, colossal ships casting shadows over the planet as they moved into orbit. To the alien commander, the small blue planet seemed defenseless, a simple conquest awaiting his arrival. Commander Lurix observed Earth through his ship's monitors, a faint, mocking smile on his face. His mission was clear: intimidate the humans, crush any attempts at resistance, and secure Earth as a new colony for his empire. Lurix's confidence bordered on arrogance. This was a species that had only recently ventured into space. They couldn't possibly mount a credible defense against the might of an advanced interstellar fleet. As Earth's leaders received the first images of the alien fleet hovering above, there was an immediate reaction of shock and alarm. Military and political leaders convened in a secure, underground facility, assessing the extent of the threat. The initial shock quickly gave way to resolve as they understood the scale of what they were facing. Earth had anticipated threats from space, and they had prepared. There was no hesitation. This was a moment they had trained for. Within minutes, Earth's top military officials activated the Global Defense Network, a series of interconnected systems designed specifically to respond to extraterrestrial invasions. Hidden weapons satellites powered up, and energy shields were activated over critical regions. Underground bunkers came alive with the hum of activity as teams of engineers, scientists, and strategists began coordinating their response. It was a calm, calculated mobilization, one that might surprise even the most advanced invader. As Commander Lurix's fleet prepared for their first strike, they sent out a broadcast to Earth, demanding immediate surrender. The message was blunt, condescending, with the commander expecting compliance as soon as it reached human leaders. But what Lurix hadn't anticipated was Earth's response, a signal relayed back to the fleet with a clear, defiant message. "This is Earth Command. We do not surrender. Any act of aggression will be met with equal force. Stand down." Lurix was taken aback by the defiance. He had anticipated fear, panic, or at best, desperate pleas. Instead, the humans had issued a direct challenge, one that hinted at their readiness for confrontation. For the first time, a sliver of doubt crossed his mind, but he dismissed it, ordering his fleet to initiate their planned assault on major cities across Earth's surface. On Earth, Captain Riley, head of Earth Command's Rapid Response Team, received the alien broadcast and set her team into motion. Riley had spent years preparing for this kind of invasion scenario, training her soldiers and overseeing the development of Earth's hidden defensive arsenal. She knew that humanity's survival depended on one thing: speed. "Launch all units," she ordered, her voice calm but resolute. "Let's show them what Earth is capable of." Within seconds, Earth's hidden missile silos opened, releasing a coordinated wave of surface-to-air projectiles aimed directly at the alien fleet. Satellites equipped with EMP weapons fired as well, targeting the shields of alien ships, designed to disrupt their defensive systems. Earth's forces wasted no time. They struck with an intensity and precision that stunned the alien invaders. The ships that had hovered confidently over Earth's skies were now scrambling, struggling to maintain formation as Earth's missiles and EMP blasts hit their marks. On the flagship, Lurix watched as his fleet was bombarded by waves of human firepower. His bridge officers frantically relayed damage reports, their voices tinged with disbelief. "Commander, their systems are far more advanced than we estimated. Shields are failing on several vessels," one officer reported, his voice wavering. Lurix clenched his fists, seething at his fleet's unexpected vulnerability. He ordered his ships to adjust formation and focus their fire on Earth's defense points, but Earth's forces remained relentless. As quickly as the aliens adjusted, Earth responded with equal swiftness, deploying new countermeasures and hitting weak points in the alien formation. Meanwhile, the human population, watching the skies from below, was filled with a mixture of awe and fear. The alien ships had come as an overwhelming force, but Earth's military response gave people hope. News channels showed images of missiles streaking toward the sky, anti-aircraft lasers targeting alien ships, and shield generators glowing over cities, protecting them from alien bombardments. Back on the command deck, Riley observed the results of their first wave with satisfaction but knew the fight was far from over. She ordered her team to initiate Phase 2, a tactic designed to disrupt the alien fleet's command structure. Earth's intelligence division had hacked into the aliens' communication frequencies, allowing them to jam their orders and spread disinformation across their ranks. Aliens began to receive conflicting commands, causing confusion and delaying their response. With every passing minute, the alien fleet grew more disoriented, while Earth's forces became more organized, striking with coordinated precision. Lurix, now fully aware that he had grossly underestimated his enemy, tried to regroup his forces. But Earth Command didn't allow him the luxury of time. As soon as he issued his order, another wave of human missiles tore through his fleet, targeting critical areas and dismantling his defenses. Frustration and desperation took hold of Lurix. His mission, which he had once seen as a simple display of dominance, had turned into a brutal war of attrition that he hadn't planned for. His mind raced, trying to calculate the best course of action, but Earth's forces gave him no breathing room. Every move he made was countered with merciless efficiency. Riley knew the psychological advantage was shifting in humanity's favor. She activated Earth's final line of defensive strikes, a fleet of stealth drones armed with high-impact explosives, each one programmed to identify and attach to alien ships before detonating. The drones moved swiftly and silently, bypassing the aliens' detection systems and targeting the last of the fleet's remaining firepower. Within minutes, explosions erupted across Lurix's ships, one by one, sending debris and energy surges rippling through space. The once mighty alien fleet was now a collection of wrecked vessels, its ranks decimated by a force they had mocked only hours before. The flagship, now surrounded by Earth's drones, found itself defenseless. Lurix could see the end approaching, his pride in tatters. He had expected humanity to be weak, disorganized, and easily dominated. But now, as his fleet was dismantled before his eyes, he saw the truth. Humans were relentless, strategic, and more dangerous than he'd ever imagined. And they were not just defending, they were fighting with the speed and precision of a species determined to survive. As the last of his ships succumbed to Earth's firepower, Lurix realized that Earth was not merely a conquest waiting to happen. It was a fortress, with defenders who would stop at nothing to protect their home. The war he'd begun with such confidence was slipping from his grasp, a defeat that would send ripples across the galaxy. And in that moment, Earth's message became clear to any who would dare approach with hostile intent. Humanity was not prey, nor were they passive bystanders. Earth's initial strike had left the alien fleet in complete disarray. The once imposing ships, positioned with such arrogance in Earth's orbit, were now struggling to regroup. Fires sparked along hulls, shields flickered, and fractured communication channels buzzed with frantic voices. The confidence that had initially flooded the alien command deck was gone, replaced by the tension of a fleet unprepared for the fierce resistance they faced. Commander Lurix was seething. He had never expected Earth to put up this kind of fight. For the first time, he questioned his approach, but his pride refused to yield. Instead of retreating, he resolved to make an example of Earth, planning to crush the human forces to send a message to other civilizations. "Prepare our full arsenal," he commanded, his voice sharp. "These humans need to be reminded of their place." Lurix's ships regrouped, recalibrating their weapons, preparing for an all-out assault on Earth's defense systems. But Earth Command was far from finished. Back in the command center, Captain Riley and her team monitored the aliens' movements with laser focus. They anticipated the aliens' counterattack and prepared to meet it with unmatched precision. "Activate Drone Fleet Beta," Riley ordered. These drones were programmed for advanced combat scenarios, each equipped with cloaking capabilities and designed to target alien propulsion systems. The strategy was clear: cripple their movement, force them into a stationary fight, and limit their ability to retreat. The drones shot forward, invisible to the naked eye, maneuvering around alien defenses and homing in on the engines of their ships. The alien fleet, which had initially planned to rain fire upon Earth's defenses, found itself immobilized. As drones attached to their engines, explosions sparked across their ships, grounding several of them and leaving others barely maneuverable. Lurix watched in horror as his carefully assembled fleet began to falter, his ships now sitting ducks in orbit. His confidence turned to desperation as he realized that the humans had him trapped. "Commander, we're losing mobility on half of our vessels," shouted one of his officers. "They're targeting our propulsion systems with precision strikes. We won't be able to hold this position for long." Lurix's face contorted with frustration. He had never encountered an enemy who fought with such methodical precision. Each move Earth made seemed specifically designed to undercut his tactics, and each weapon they deployed was shockingly effective. Refusing to accept defeat, he ordered his ships to open fire on Earth's defense grid, hoping to eliminate their ground-based assets. But Earth Command had anticipated this, too. As the alien ships released a barrage of high-energy plasma towards the surface, Earth's orbital shield arrays activated. Invisible force fields absorbed the impact, dispersing the energy across the atmosphere like harmless light. The alien bombardment left nothing but flashes in the sky, a futile display of power that had no effect on Earth's well-defended cities below. "Shield arrays holding steady," an engineer reported to Riley. "The aliens are wasting firepower on targets they can't touch." Riley nodded, her focus unbroken. "Good. Let's keep them busy and wear them down. Initiate Phase 3. Phase 3 involved Earth's long-range missile defense, specially modified to carry warheads with a combination of kinetic and EMP payloads. While the kinetic component would create physical damage, the EMP component would target the aliens' internal systems, further destabilizing their command infrastructure. The missiles launched from silos hidden deep beneath Earth's surface, soaring silently into space before closing in on their targets with surgical accuracy. Each impact sent shockwaves through the alien fleet. Shields cracked and sputtered, systems blinked out, and alien officers scrambled to control the cascading failures across their fleet. Lurix's command ship was hit by one of the EMP blasts, temporarily blinding their navigation systems and leaving them vulnerable to Earth's attacks. Frustration morphed into outright fear among his crew as they realized their flagship was now a sitting target. "Commander, their tactics! They're not just defending," a senior officer murmured, his voice laced with disbelief. "They're dismantling us piece by piece." Lurix's anger flared. He had expected Earth's forces to cower, to beg for mercy. Instead, they were tearing his fleet apart with methodical efficiency. Forced to confront the situation's gravity, he ordered his remaining ships to shift into a defensive formation, hoping to create a temporary safe zone where they could regroup and assess the damage. On Earth, Captain Riley observed this shift with satisfaction. She knew the aliens were running out of options, and each of their attempts to adapt was playing right into her hands. "They're in retreat mode now," she said to her team. "Let's press forward and make sure they don't recover." With the aliens now boxed into a defensive cluster, Earth Command unleashed its next wave, a coordinated assault of railgun artillery and advanced fighter jets, each equipped with heat-seeking missiles and anti-shield technology. These jets, maneuvering with unmatched agility, streaked through space, delivering blows directly to the alien core formation. Explosions ripped through alien hulls, tearing down what remained of their fragile defenses. Lurix watched helplessly as his forces crumbled. The humans' attack was relentless, their coordination flawless, and every move they made drove the alien fleet closer to defeat. His mind raced, trying to devise a new strategy, but every thought was interrupted by fresh damage reports. His officers were on the brink of collapse, their morale crushed as they witnessed their once mighty fleet dismantled by a species they had regarded as primitive. Desperation drove Lurix to consider an all-or-nothing tactic. He authorized his engineers to begin priming the fleet's most devastating weapon, a planetary disruptor capable of causing massive destruction across entire regions of a planet's surface. It was a weapon meant to terrify and subjugate, not one he had ever intended to use against a planet already putting up such resistance. But now, he saw it as his last chance to force humanity's submission. However, Earth Command was already one step ahead. Riley's intelligence team intercepted the alien transmissions, alerting her to the fleet's intentions. Without hesitation, she initiated Earth's final defensive tactic, deploying a high-speed squadron equipped with EMP torpedoes aimed directly at the command ship. The objective was clear: disable the disruptor before it could be fired. Earth's elite squadron moved with lethal speed, penetrating the weakened defenses of the command ship. The EMP torpedoes hit their mark, disabling the disruptor and leaving the flagship vulnerable. With a single, decisive strike, they rendered Lurix's ultimate weapon useless, stripping him of his last hope for victory. The bridge of the flagship descended into chaos. Officers shouted over each other, trying to report the extensive damage and critical systems failures. Lurix, faced with the bitter reality of his failure, felt his confidence drain away, replaced by a stark realization: Earth's forces had outmatched him at every turn. Back in the command center, Riley's team confirmed the success of the strike, the alien flagship now disabled and at Earth's mercy. Riley transmitted a final message to the alien fleet. "Your weapons are neutralized, your defenses are broken, and your mission has failed. Leave Earth's orbit immediately. Any further aggression will result in your complete destruction." Lurix, for the first time in his life, found himself without an answer. The humans' words were not a threat. They were a promise backed by the power they had just demonstrated. Resigned, he gave the order to retreat, and the remaining ships, beaten and broken, began their slow exit from Earth's orbit. As the alien fleet limped away, battered and humiliated, Commander Lurix sat in the silence of his flagship's command deck, grappling with the depth of his defeat. This was not the victory he had envisioned. His fleet, once an unassailable force, was now a fractured remnant of its former power, retreating in disgrace from a planet he had believed would be an effortless conquest. Lurix was no stranger to combat, but he had never faced an enemy like Earth, a civilization that fought with such coordinated ferocity that it left him questioning everything he knew about warfare. On Earth, Captain Riley and her team received confirmation of the aliens' retreat. The mood in the command center was a mixture of elation and vigilance. Riley knew that while they had achieved a decisive victory, their work was far from over. Earth had proven its strength, but she was keenly aware that this battle had likely sent shockwaves through the galaxy. Their victory over Lurix's fleet would undoubtedly draw the attention of other alien civilizations, some of which might be even more powerful or vengeful. Her mind already on the future, Riley issued orders to keep Earth's defenses active and reinforce critical structures. She understood that humanity had just crossed the threshold. They were no longer hidden on a small, unremarkable planet in the vastness of space. Earth was now a proven force, a planet that had withstood an alien invasion and emerged victorious. And in the galaxy, victories like this would not go unnoticed. In the days following the battle, Earth Command maintained a constant watch on the remnants of Lurix's fleet. Despite their defeat, a few alien ships lingered at the edges of the solar system, observing and transmitting reports back to their homeworld. Riley suspected that these ships were gathering intelligence, attempting to understand how humans had managed to outmaneuver and dismantle such a superior fleet. To reinforce Earth's readiness, Riley and her team worked tirelessly, implementing new protocols and upgrading their defensive measures based on the data collected from the battle. Engineers analyzed alien technology salvaged from downed ships, reverse engineering systems and adapting them to bolster Earth's own defenses. In a matter of days, Earth's arsenal was stronger and more advanced, each enhancement a direct response to the tactics used in the recent battle. Meanwhile, the rest of the world began to grasp the significance of what had happened. Media outlets broadcast the victory, showing footage of Earth's missiles striking alien ships, drones weaving through enemy formations, and the once mighty fleet reduced to a scattering of fleeing vessels. Humanity, unified by the unprecedented threat, experienced a surge of collective pride and resilience. Leaders of Earth's nations convened to discuss the implications of the victory, agreeing to allocate resources to ensure their planet's continued security. The newfound unity on Earth led to the creation of a dedicated interstellar defense coalition, bringing together the brightest minds from every nation. It was an initiative that transcended borders, a realization that humanity's future would depend on their ability to work together, especially now that they had become visible to the galaxy at large. Riley was appointed as the head of the coalition, her leadership and tactical brilliance recognized as instrumental in their victory. The first mission of the coalition was clear: fortify Earth's defenses and prepare for any future threats. Teams of scientists and engineers worked on building stronger shields, more powerful weapons, and an early warning system capable of detecting threats before they entered the solar system. The goal was simple but bold: ensure that if any other alien force attempted what Lurix's fleet had, Earth's response would be swift and overwhelming. Weeks passed, and Earth's defenses grew stronger. The coalition developed a network of orbiting defense stations, each armed with rail guns, missile batteries, and energy shields. Satellites equipped with AI-powered tracking systems were positioned strategically around Earth, creating an invisible net that would alert them to any intrusions. Humanity was not merely waiting for another attack. They were actively preparing to defend their planet with a level of sophistication that rivaled even the most advanced alien technologies. But Earth's victory over Lurix's fleet had not just strengthened their defenses, it had also resonated across the galaxy. Alien factions that had once dismissed Earth as irrelevant now saw the humans in a new light. Lurix's superiors received reports detailing Earth's unexpectedly fierce response, the strategic precision, and the advanced technology the humans had employed. These reports painted a picture of a species that was no longer to be underestimated. Other civilizations took notice. Messages reached Earth from nearby star systems, some extending offers of peace, others wary but respectful. They had heard of humanity's victory, and while some were intrigued by the possibility of alliances, others were cautious, unsure of how to approach a civilization that had just proven itself against a powerful fleet. Earth, it seemed, was now on the galactic radar. In Earth's command center, Riley and her team reviewed these transmissions carefully, understanding the weight of each one. They recognized that the galaxy's interest could be a double-edged sword. Friendly alliances could bring knowledge and trade, while hostile entities might seek to test Earth's defenses once more. Riley approached each message with the same measured caution she had brought to the battle, knowing that Earth's next steps would shape its reputation among the stars. But amid all the new attention, one message stood out. It was encrypted and came from an unknown source, somewhere deep within the galaxy. The message was simple but chilling. They are watching. You have proven yourselves, but not all who observe are your allies. Prepare for what comes next. Riley shared the message with her team and the coalition leaders. It served as a reminder that while Earth had achieved a great victory, they were far from safe. In the vastness of the galaxy, there were forces that dwarfed even Lurix's fleet. Earth's resilience and unity would be tested again, perhaps by enemies with greater strength and experience. But if there was one thing Riley knew for certain, it was that humanity would not be caught off guard again. Under her leadership, Earth Command redoubled their preparations, investing in new technologies, refining tactics, and expanding the coalition's reach. Their victory over Lurix had not just saved Earth, it had given humanity a sense of purpose, a role as defenders of their world and perhaps, one day, protectors of others in the galaxy who faced similar threats. Humanity's resolve was unbreakable. They had faced an enemy who saw them as nothing more than a minor conquest, and they had shattered that perception with force and precision. Now Earth stood ready for the future, no longer a hidden planet, but a fortified home that would welcome diplomacy as readily as it would repel aggression. As the coalition continued its work, building Earth's defenses into an unassailable fortress, Riley felt a profound sense of pride and responsibility. Humanity had earned its place in the galaxy, not as conquerors or invaders, but as a species that would fight fiercely to protect its home. And if the galaxy wanted to test them again, they would find Earth more prepared than ever. The battle with Lurix's fleet had left Earth transformed, not just in its defenses but in its collective spirit. The coalition had expanded its reach, creating a network of global watchpoints and rapidly deployed defenses that spanned land, air, and space. Earth was fortified like never before, and Captain Riley stood at the center of it all, her leadership now a symbol of humanity's newfound resolve. As the world settled back into a semblance of peace, it was clear that the victory over Lurix's fleet was a beginning, not an end. For the first time, humanity was acutely aware of the galaxy around them, a galaxy teeming with unknown civilizations, some of which now saw Earth as either a potential ally or a rising threat. News of Earth's defense against Lurix's fleet had spread faster than anyone anticipated, and more transmissions began to arrive, some from distant worlds they had yet to explore. The messages varied in tone, but one sentiment was consistent: Earth was now recognized as a force to be reckoned with. In the weeks following the battle, Earth Command's intelligence network intercepted strange signals from outside the solar system. These signals were not like the messages of diplomacy or curiosity they'd received before. They were encrypted, elusive, and transmitted in a language they hadn't encountered. Riley's analysts worked day and night to decode these messages, understanding that they could signal either an opportunity or a threat. Then came the breakthrough. One of Earth's top cryptographers, Dr. Hayes, successfully decrypted a portion of the message. The translation was unsettling. The signals were a series of tactical observations on Earth's defenses, assessments of its weaknesses and strengths. Whoever had sent the messages was gathering information on Earth, watching them, analyzing their every move. Earth was no longer just on the galactic radar, they were under scrutiny. Captain Riley gathered her team to address the situation. The command center was tense, officers and analysts crowded around, faces tight with anticipation and concern. Riley's voice was steady but urgent. "We have reason to believe Earth is being watched, possibly by a force even more formidable than Lurix's fleet. Whoever they are, they're studying us closely. They see our defenses, our strategies, and they're calculating." The message hit hard. Earth's victory had clearly drawn more attention than anyone realized, and now they were faced with the prospect of an adversary that could be preparing to test them. Riley wasted no time. "We're increasing surveillance on all potential entry points to our solar system. Any unidentified movement or signal will be investigated immediately. We've built our defenses for moments like this, and we won't let our guard down." Earth's coalition expanded its efforts. New technology was developed, combining both human and salvaged alien advancements to create a second line of planetary defense. Satellites were upgraded to monitor even the faintest signals, and long-range detectors were calibrated to detect any warp signatures or ship movements beyond the solar system. Humanity was in a state of readiness, prepared to counter any further threat with the same intensity that had brought them victory against Lurix. The coalition's vigilance paid off. Weeks later, a massive object appeared at the edge of the solar system, a ship larger than any Earth had ever seen, its structure unfamiliar, and its size casting an ominous presence against the stars. Earth's command center went into high alert. Every screen showed the incoming ship, its readings confirming the worst. It was heavily armed and based on its trajectory, approaching with intention. Riley called for an immediate lockdown of Earth's airspace. Ground and space-based defense systems powered up, and Earth's fleet of attack drones assembled in formation, ready to intercept. The coalition watched in tense silence as the massive vessel halted just outside the perimeter of Earth's defenses. The screens displayed its alien symbols, different from those on Lurix's fleet, but its purpose was unmistakable. Suddenly, a message was broadcast from the ship. The voice was cold, calculating, each word deliberate. "Humans of Earth, we have witnessed your defenses and acknowledge your resilience. You defended against Lurix, but he was a mere vanguard. Our interest in your world is strategic, and we do not intend to make the same errors he did. Surrender your technology and resources, and we may spare you." Riley listened, her expression unyielding. The arrogance in the message was familiar, echoing Lurix's misplaced confidence. She responded, transmitting a message that was short, clear, and unyielding. "Earth does not submit. We defended our home once, and we will do so again. Turn back now, or face the consequences." The alien vessel did not retreat. Instead, it began a slow advance, weapons systems coming online, their readings glowing ominously on Earth's screens. Riley issued the command without hesitation. "Engage all units." Earth's defenses sprang to life. The orbital railguns fired first, each strike precise, aimed at the vessel's power sources and weapons. Missiles launched from hidden silos across the planet, streaking through space to meet the approaching threat. Earth's drones swarmed the vessel, targeting its vulnerable points, their maneuverability unmatched by any alien ship Earth had encountered so far. Despite Earth's impressive assault, the alien vessel's shields held, absorbing most of the initial strikes. It retaliated with its own devastating arsenal, sending energy blasts that shook Earth's defenses. But Earth's systems were prepared. Energy shields deflected the blasts, dispersing their impact across the atmosphere, and ground-based artillery launched countermeasures to intercept any debris. Riley's team noticed a slight fluctuation in the alien ship's shields after each round of attack. She recognized it as an opening, a potential weakness. "Direct all artillery at their shield generator," she ordered, her voice unflinching. Earth's forces concentrated their firepower on the single point, pouring everything they had into disabling the ship's shields. Finally, the concentrated assault paid off. The alien vessel's shield generator gave out, its barrier flickering before collapsing entirely. Earth's drones surged forward, exploiting the breach to launch a coordinated assault on the vessel's weapon systems and engines. Explosions erupted across the ship's hull as Earth's forces struck with pinpoint accuracy. The alien ship, once an imposing force, now drifted aimlessly, its power core damaged, weapons disabled. Riley broadcast one final message. "Leave our solar system. This is your only chance to survive." After a tense pause, the alien vessel began a slow retreat, drifting back to the edge of the solar system. They had come expecting to dominate, but now, like Lurix's fleet, they were forced to withdraw in disgrace. The message was clear: Earth was not a target. It was a defender, willing and able to face down even the most advanced threats. In the aftermath, Riley's team monitored the departing ship, ensuring it left Earth's domain. They knew there would be more like it, that the galaxy had taken note of humanity's strength and resolve. But as long as Earth stood united, prepared, and vigilant, Riley was certain of one thing: humanity would never bow.